Can you tell me how you felt when Trump was elected and maybe the few months after that? And I know it's simplifying it, but is he a reflection of us in some way, or of this part of our American story?
Well, as much as anything else, I think that the Trump phenomenon is a reflection of the fact that too many Americans have chosen to be disengaged from the political process. This did not come out of nowhere. There have been too many layers, years, election cycles, where some of the best and the brightest in America just kind of checked out from the political process. And as the French say, if you don't do politics, politics will do you. Well, it's done us now. So I think, as I said before, a lot of people have woken up. A lot of people were in deep shock. I was not in deep surprise. I think many people were more concerned. And I was one of them, because I knew that millions of Americans were living, and had been living for a long time, in deep economic despair. And there were only two major candidates who really spoke to that. So I felt there was going to be a cry of despair that would result in a kind of populist revolution of sorts. The only question was whether it was going to be an authoritarian populism or a progressive populism. It was a kind of perfect storm, the 2016 election. But once again, we're way too close to the cliff, but we haven't fallen over yet. And I believe in the midterms in 2018, and certainly in the presidential race of 2020, Americans are going to lay it down and put this country, my country, back on track.
Last time we talked about Trump, and it was, early 2016, so, we didn't really know what was going to happen yet. And you said he has a realness that's obvious, that people are drawn to, where the politicians, they never give us that. And you were already kind of identifying that, okay, there's something going on that people are engaging with. And
there's an authenticity there, but I don't, if somebody's authentically something that none of us would respect, I don't see where we should respect the authenticity. But I do think that he has created both the possibility as well as the necessity of breaking out of some old patterns. I think some grenades had to be thrown into the system, but he's thrown grenades into places that should not be bombed. And it's very disturbing to see some of the threats to not only traditional norms, but some traditional norms we should be proud of. They are the norms of democracy, freedom of the press, respect for the vote itself. So we're in mid-crisis.